This is Team 3's presentation on the growth plans for the UK retailer Marks & Spencer. Marks & Spencer enjoys tremendous success focusing their product lines to make sure each SKU was something customers needed, providing quality items that could turn over quick enough to offset lower margins. They benefited from elements of both cost and differentiation strategies. By avoiding trends in both fashion and the industry, they proved they could succeed in their own manner, even revolutionizing how the British ate supper. Through extremely close partnerships with their suppliers, they've integrated into nearly every step of the supply chain, developing innovative channels such as their centralized food distribution. Success also comes in part due to labor relations. Operation simplification reduced the amount of overhead, in turn reducing costs and improving efficiencies. They were also known for their generous benefits and work to create a culture where employees, both line level and management, were empowered to make decisions that helped generate more sales. The company enjoys advantages from both cost and differentiation strategies. Through various initiatives, they reduced overall cost while still producing differentiated, higher quality goods. Operation simplification helped keep G&A costs lower compared to their competitors, with less than 9% of sales going towards wages, 25% better than the next lowest company. Their focus on moving product kept costs lower and carrying an inventory, and due to effective expansion planning, their physical spaces were well utilized compared to their cost of property. And finally, they kept a tight control over the supply chain, allowing them to keep costs lower than a full vertical integration, but still oversee the entire process. For differentiation, M&S pioneered private label clothing in the UK. The St. Michael brand became synonymous with high quality at a moderate price, working to their advantage given their markup model for pricing. They also offered a higher level of service to their clientele, as reflected in their generous return policy and their ability to accept M&S branded credit cards.
Entering Canada, M&S faced steep competition and, most importantly, dealt with Canadian suppliers that lacked quality. After years of failing to establish a strong foothold, M&S reverted back to UK suppliers, but as a result, incurred high tariff costs on the goods entering Canada. Replicating success in France was also difficult. Independent stores were more popular than in the UK. M&S merchandise also bore an old-fashioned stigma that was difficult to overcome. From an operational standpoint, turnover was low and trading hours were long. To enter the American market, the company acquired Brooks Brothers and King's Supermarkets. At first glance, it may appear that these are natural fits. They are both upscale and quality-driven. Brooks is classic and unchanging. King's is reputable and customer-oriented. However, this quick analysis is short-sighted in a few important ways. Brooks Brothers is a premium American retailer. Deviation from this position could be disruptive to its future success. The cost to acquire Brooks Brothers was high, and significant investment is required to bring the stores up to date. There also is the threat that Brooks Brothers could cannibalize M&S market segment, as they both target a similar demographic. For King's to expand and fit management's vision, the company faces the challenge of building out the supply and distribution network. They will also battle different customer shopping habits in the US and lower profit margins than they are accustomed to in the UK.
As stated previously, Marks & Spencer's competencies include selling quality items at a quick turnover to offset low margins, having close relationships with suppliers, reducing costs through operation simplification, and offering generous benefits and above-average salaries. In reviewing whether or not the acquisitions of Brooks Brothers and King's Supermarket make sense, it's logical to connect these core competencies to the overall growth strategies. And in our argument, they do not connect well and do not make sense as a pathway for growth. Brooks Brothers at first seems like a good fit for M&S to break into high-end clothing because they are focused on high-quality products, are well-established, and maintain good relationships with suppliers just like M&S does. However, Brooks Brothers lacks an updated infrastructure and store modernization. Inventory and distribution systems need to be heavily updated. Cost to bring all Brooks Brothers locations up to date does not align with M&S's proven strategy of cost reduction, and in fact requires long-term significant investment. Also, there's a discontinuity between M&S's values of high-quality goods at a moderate price, whereas Brooks Brothers is a luxury line with higher prices and premium quality. King's Supermarket also at first poses an intriguing acquisition option, since just like M&S, it offers high-quality goods at a moderate price and is service-oriented. However, the disconnect here lies with costs associated with updating the supply chain. M&S wants to introduce King's customers to prepackaged cold foods, but King's has not invested in innovations for this cold chain supply. Significant investment needs to be made to establish this new supply chain to resonate with M&S's original strategy, which is also, again, counterproductive to M&S's successful strategy of cost cutting. An alternative path for M&S would be to spin off Brooks Brothers to operate independently and focus on updating King's distribution network and infrastructure. Total sales for Brooks Brothers increased from $216.2 million in 1984 to $290.1 million in 1988, which shows potential for profitability operated independently. Also, in 1984, chain supermarkets accounted for 49% of total sales, showing that they already have dominance in the market. M&S and King's have similar values of high-quality goods and moderate prices, and there would likely be significant return on a one-time investment from updating infrastructure to allow for and stimulate cold chain supply. To aid in success of this venture, M&S should also move away from word-of-mouth advertising to more traditional advertising options. Managers of M&S can also adopt operating plans to allow them to evaluate costs of various sales programs and their impact on profitability.